Hi guys, it's Jasmine, and today I'm doing a sketch of Umeå. So when I go to different places, I like to do drawings of those places. So when I'm walking around town and doing shopping or just going for a walk or whatever, I'm always interested in the landscape and buildings, and I usually take some photos, usually on my phone, but if I have my camera with me, then I'll take that as well. But usually these are for sort of my sketch project ideas and not necessarily something that I'm going to turn into a full painting or anything like that. I'm sort of working on a sticker series of Swedish buildings. So when I was going to Poland, I bought this really small sketchbook that has thick pages, and you can do watercolor and anything you want really, because the paper's so thick. And so this is one of the sketches that I did in Umeå, and I was mostly interested in the difference of the different sides, because on one side of the river there's no snow, it's all melted and everything's like woo springtime, but on the other side it's still really icy and snowy, and sometimes you see sheets of ice floating down the river. So it's really like a huge difference this time of year where one side is like ready for in the sunshine, having a good time, and the other side is like, oh, cold, sad, not much sunlight, and everything like that. So that's kind of what I wanted to portray in this little sketch. And I'm using the pro markers. I bought a lot of pro markers when I was in Poland, and I didn't have all the colors with me. I only took let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I only took 9 colors with me, because if I just take everything I want, then my bag is going to be super huge. So I try and think before I go on a trip, what are the colors that I'm most likely to use. And this one, I mean, yeah, to be fair, I guess I picked good colors, but not really sure. Some of my technique in different areas is not exactly how I want it to be, because I really like the start of this video where I'm doing like little dots and small lines and stuff, but as you'll see later on in the video, then I start to get like more solid lines, and I don't really like the contrast between those two techniques. Not in this, not as the final product, you'll see. Didn't really like it, but that's the whole reason why you should do lots of sketches and stuff, so you find out what you like and what you don't like. Yeah, so yeah, not going to be too hard on myself. So now I'm drawing the river, and then I will start on the other side. So another thing is that my mum and my oldest brother are coming to Sweden in June, right at the very start of June. So we should be going on a few trips, sort of depending on how my mum's feeling in terms of her health. So hopefully I will be doing a lot more of these sketches in my little travel book. Because so far I have 4 sketches, two from Poland, 2 from Hamburg, and then this one in Umeå, so that's actually 5. And there are 25 pages in total, so that means that I have 20 more drawings I can do. It's going to be really satisfying when I fill the whole book up, and then I can put it on my shelf and then start a new travel book. Because I actually have a few diaries where I'm always I should write down things that happen because I can forget things really easily, but then I never really use it. The only time I really use my diaries is when I'm super depressed and I'm like, hello, dear diary, I really wish I was dead. Yeah, but it turns out that sketching and spending a couple of hours on whatever, that is something I can actually do. So, not really sure the logic behind that, but I guess I just really love art. I also, when I was walking around in the town, there were a few shops where they had some really cool, local landscape art, and some of them, they had turned them into sort of landscape, and they had this pattern on curtains where it was you had moose and trees and hills, and it looked very Swedish, and I was like, that's actually really cool to have curtains like that. I was kind of like, damn, when I get myself a bigger apartment and bigger windows, then I think I would really love to have that. And another thing I really like is they had ceramic tea light candles, not tea light, but tea light candle holders that are in the shape of buildings, and then you have a big hole in the back. You put the tea candle in, and then on the front you have the face of a building and windows so that the light will shine through there. And they had a whole bunch of different designs, and I just thought I would love to have a whole shelf of those, and you would just it would just be so beautiful, like a little miniature city, which obviously is right up my alley because I just really love all the different buildings and the colors and everything. So yeah, I think I'm gonna buy a bigger apartment, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna buy a whole lot of stuff, and then I'm gonna be happy. But we should be coming back to the city when my mum and oldest brother are here, because they also have a whole lot of yarn, and a lot of Swedish yarn, which can be kind of hard to get. So I think we'll be coming back. But yeah, so now you guys can see sort of what I was meaning about the blocks of colour, but it's alright. I think I sort of saved it a little bit by having the forest in the background being all squiggly and then the sky being more solid, because then you kind of have different sort of lines where some parts are solid and some parts are. It would have been really, really weird if it was just the buildings that were solid colour. That would have really thrown it off. So yeah, there's Umeå. Beautiful.